read the title of my speech, you probably thought to yourself, that's a really unique thing to have to learn in my public speaking class. Well, learning how to pack your suitcase effectively is really important, especially if you travel a lot or plan to travel in your future. And who doesn't dream of going to Disney World? Every kid, and maybe even every adult, dreams of going to Disney World at some point in their life. It's the most magical place on earth, isn't it? So today I'm going to show you how to effectively use the small amount of space that you have to go to Disney World for your trip. The most important thing when you go to Disney World to think of is how much you're going to be walking around. The average person at Disney World, according to Birnbaum's Disney World Guide, says that the average person walks about 10 miles a day at Disney World, especially around Magic Kingdom. So when I go to Disney World, I always like to bring 2 pairs of sneakers with me, or 2 pairs of walking shoes. So in the top of my suitcase, I've already got 2 pairs of shoes in there, just so that the clothes don't get dirty if I were to set them on top. Who likes dirty clothes before they even wear them? I certainly don't. Another thing that most people don't think about when they're going to someplace in the South or somewhere in the Caribbean is to bring long pants. No matter where I go, I always bring 2 pairs of pants. When I go to Disney World, I bring 1 pair of leggings and I bring a pair of jeans, because who knows how cold it's going to be. My family also goes in the off season, and so it gets a little bit colder than normal there. Another TripAdvisor that I was reading from told me that for every 2 days you're going to be at Disney World, you should bring 1 pair of shorts. You can expect that you're not probably going to get super dirty at Disney World, seeing how it's an amusement park, but it is helpful to be able to switch them out if you get wet on a ride. So I bring 2 pairs of shorts for my 4-day trip to Disney World. Another thing you probably don't think to bring is long sleeve shirts. I always bring 1 long sleeve shirt when I go, even to the Caribbean where it can be warmer than Florida, and I fold it in half, and then I fold it in half again, and I'm just going to set it right on top of my jeans so I have some more space to put my items in. I also bring a sweatshirt, and I actually put this into the backpack that I walk around with every day at Disney World. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did with my long sleeve shirt, except that I am going to actually roll it up so that I have some extra room in my suitcase for other items that I'm bringing with me. And also when I'm going to Disney World, I try to bring 1 t-shirt for every day that I'm going to be there. So I actually have 6 t-shirts in front of me today, because when I'm going on a trip, I always bring 1 t-shirt per day plus an extra 2. That's only because, 1, when I go to Disney World, I like to have an extra in my backpack in case I get wet, but 2, in case something else ever happened. If I get sick or one of my younger siblings get sick and they're with me, then I have something to change into. It's just helpful to have that with you. And you also want to make sure that you're not packing very heavy shirts, because Florida can be very humid, and no one likes to feel like they're being bogged down and they're heavy when they're wearing their favorite t-shirt, because that t-shirt will no longer be your favorite. Another thing that I'm going to bring with me is a poncho or a rain jacket, and I'm actually going to set that right on top of my shirts, because it's really nice and light and it's flat, so it's going to pack really easily into my suitcase. Something that I always forget for some reason whenever I go anywhere are PJs. I'm not really sure why I forget these every time, because I go to sleep each night. I like to sleep. For some reason, it's just something that always slips my mind. So I'm going to bring my nightgown with me. I'm going to fold it in half and in half again. And I am going to roll it up just like I rolled my sweatshirt, so that I have some more room in my suitcase. Another thing that you're definitely going to want to bring with you is going to be a bathing suit, because who doesn't want to be refreshed after a long day at a Disney park? So I'm just going to fold that neatly and put that right into my suitcase. And when I travel and I'm bringing all of my toiletries with me, I like to bring one of these tri-fold little carriers, and I can separate my items by my everyday necessities like my toothbrush and my toothpaste and some hair ties, and then my shower needs, and then also my hair product needs. So I'm going to just fold that, and it can go directly into my suitcase. And it's really great when you're going through customs for the airport, because you can just open that up and they can see everything that's in there really, really well. Another thing that I always bring with me when I'm going to Disney World is a backpack, because when I'm at the park, it's probably not the best idea for me to carry around my purse, just since that's a very open bag and is easily stolen from, and sometimes I just pack too much in my purse and it can get heavy. Limiting yourself to a backpack can be really helpful. You can also fit in your rain gear, you can fit in extra baby food if you have a kid, and all of your other necessities for Disney World. So I bring my backpack, and I can put this right into my suitcase because I have enough room in there from folding my clothes in that special way. Other things I bring with me are my Disney autograph book, which can be put right in there, and my Disney pin lanyard. I have many pins from my trips to Disney World, so I'm going to bring that with me as well. And masks are required right now at Disney World, so I'm going to bring a couple of masks and also a water bottle, because hydration is really key to when you're going to be walking around a lot at Disney World. And I have a compartment in my backpack that it can slip right into, but for now I'm just going to lay it right on top of everything else in my suitcase. And you can't forget about sunscreen. I always put my liquids and my lotions into Ziploc bags, but for the sake of time I'm just going to put it right on top of my suitcase as well. And there's nothing wrong with bringing some light reading on your trip. You're going to be standing in long lines at Disney World when you're waiting for rides, and so there's nothing wrong with bringing something to do. While they do have the Disney Experience Play mobile app while you're there, and you can scan games while you're waiting in line, some of us prefer to read. So I always bring my book with me, and I'm just going to close my suitcase now because I have enough room for everything that I brought with me. And that is how you effectively use your space to pack for Disney World.